run with the install schedule and how effective you've been able to implement it. How satisfied are you, like midway through spring?
We're throwing a lot at these guys, and today, this week's been kind of a good example of what this week has been like. Is we're trying to put pressure on these guys to understand situations, and a lot of times we're installing, we're not even running it during practice. We're just trying to get situations into our guys. And so the information, again, we're trying to put a lot of pressure on our older guys and returners. I'm trying to put more mentally on them than probably I ever have in a spring in my career, because they're not getting as many live reps as some of the younger guys. We're trying to be easier on our younger guys because we're trying to develop those guys. So I'm pleased with where we're at, because now we have, 7 more practices, 8 more practices, whatever it is, and we're past the midway point. Like, it's just all this is now is just cleanup. Focus on the fundamentals, focus on our guys running the football with great effort and great cup in the back end, and keeping the ball in front of us so we can get better in the situations that we needed to improve on from last year.
What have you thought about that, the effort and the intensity overall, and how it's compared or built since you've been here?
I think when the older guys are out there, I think they really understand it. And one of our code green mantra is, do your 1/11th, be consistently good, not occasionally great, and have a genuine appreciation for the effort and commitment everyone makes. So we're trying to say, hey, everybody's 1/11th is really important. So once you get that younger group out there and running to the football, it's maybe not everybody's doing their 1/11th. Some guys are a little taxed. Some guys are still getting used to going multiple reps at a time, full speed. So I'd say as we get down into the depth and some of those guys still have to learn just what Code Devil is all about, and what we're trying to do, and how we're trying to get there.
When it comes to the young guys, at least that are at least stepping up, guys like maybe Miles Johnson and others, at least in the secondary, what have you kind of just seen them through them, at least in the first half, and then what vets have you kind of seen maybe step up in those maybe leadership roles before expected?
Yeah, I think Rodney he's right there with the older guys. He just doesn't have the game experience. So I'd say he's ahead of some of those other guys, maybe even in the same class, because those guys, Rodney had the benefit of being here last spring, so this is his 3rd install and going through that. So it's starting to slow down for him, and he's starting to pick up his level of play, which is really exciting to see, and he has a great future with us. And Plas has a ton of ability and a ton of talent, and it's just a matter of him learning the playbook and for him slowing down. And he's one of those guys right now that he's only in his 2nd install. So he's still learning little things and little details, but he's coming and he's developing, and we're really excited about his future as well.
One of those younger guys, Chris Johnson's first practice at safety was last October. In what areas have you seen the most development from him in that position?
Just the understanding of everything that we do. He's going through his first install as a safety in our system, and we're throwing a lot at him because we have high expectations for him. So, the pressure's on, and he's responding to it, and I'm excited about his development.
On Tuesday, that defensive line was the position group he's been most impressed with so far. How much would you attribute that to Dyron Reynolds and what he's been able to do in that room?
No, it's everything with Coach Reynolds. It's everything. It starts with him in that room, and those guys have a lot of love and respect for him, and you can see it. And he manages that room unlike really any other coach could on our team, because he has a way of getting their respect, getting them to play hard, and holding them accountable, but also being a shoulder that and someone that an ear that they can come talk to, and they really do play for him and for those other coaches in that room, Coach Amy and Ray Clark, and those guys are doing a great job with that whole group. So I couldn't be happier.
What's the value of having several linebackers who have played a lot, including in this scheme, and their ability to get everybody lined up and convey?
Yeah, we're a single high team. When you talk about single high defense, the key to the whole defense is the linebackers and getting those guys, because it's a defense that's hardest on the linebackers. So the alignments, the assignments, how much they're their fits and their coverage and passing game and play action and all these things and the different looks. Everything is about the looks that those guys get, and to try to be multiple while also teaching it in a simple way that they understand. Coach Coop is doing a great job with those guys, and having that kind of experience, you're able to practice and do things at a higher level than most times when you're installing. So just really excited about their development, excited about that room.
So speaking of the D-line, another recruit was announced announced today for class of 26 in Hugo. What would you initially say how the Texas to Tempe connection at least started out kind of as a mantra last year and is starting to necessarily really become steam as kind of the years go by and the spring ball score kind of?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about, just all of our recruiting and our whole recruiting class. And this 26 class, we put a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort into. This is really the second full class that we've had a chance to really recruit the right way and have the full year to recruit them and evaluate them and to learn more about them and to really kind of have a tactical approach to who we're recruiting and bringing into our program. So this 25 class that we're bringing in, the guys that already here practicing, we're really happy with those guys as well. And those guys need to be developed, and hopefully as we continue to move down and win more games and we continue to build this culture, we're going to continue to recruit the areas that we want to make a focus on and get the highest level talent possible out of those areas.
From your vantage point, did you see the progression from the offense that maybe had a first week of spring kind of tough, and then second week really hit the stride?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that you got a lot of weapons over there on offense, and they give us a lot of different looks and challenges, and and it's great working with Marcus and Coach Dillingham and working with those guys, because we literally exchange ideas. We try to find ways to make it hard on each other. We're trying to give looks that maybe even an opponent is going to give us and how they may attack us on defense or on offense. And it's really a collaborative effort on both sides of the ball. And it's one of the most functional situations, if it is the most functional situation I've ever been a part of. So, and I'm learning stuff new every single day and learning about how teams are going to attack our defense, and I learned every single day from Coach Arroyo and Coach Dillingham. So it's a process, and that's what makes this sport such a great sport. Is it's ever evolving, and we're always challenged.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.